Hi, and welcome to my demonstration of Dandy the Lion by the Irwin Corporation, and Dandy was manufactured in 1963, like I said, by the Irwin Toy Corporation. Dandy was designed by freelance toy designer Marvin Glass. Marvin Glass designed many toys, and probably the most famous one he designed is called Mr. Machine by the Ideal Toy Corporation. I'm sure many of you have seen it. Dandy is extremely rare to find in his box. Okay, he's a tough toy to find without a box, but with the box, it is a wonderful find. And the reason being, as you can see, the box is very large, and I'm sure that many of these were thrown away due to the space that they took up. So, here's the original box. It's in pretty good shape. And like I said, this was made in 1963, and this thing has survived. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, you cannot see it in the video, but the box was torn, and some of the lithograph was torn away, but the cardboard underneath was intact. So what I did is I repaired the box by re-gluing it back. Okay, and like I said, you can barely even see it. So, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to take the box off the table because it does take up a lot of room. The box also comes with two of the original box inserts. There was one more, but even to have the inserts is a really big deal to a collector. Also, Dandy came with what was called his magic whip, and actually the whip had a cloth cover and the whip lashes hung down. And the idea of the toy is that you're a lion tamer controlling this ferocious beast. Now, the magic whip was also designed for you to tap Dandy under his chin to change his functions. Dandy will walk forward, he'll walk backwards, and then you hit him under the chin again, and then he starts to sit down. You'll hear a click, and he'll start to rear up. And then when he reaches the final point, he starts to come back down, and you'll hear him kind of growl, and then he'll continue walking. Now, the idea was to use this stick to prop him up as he starts to rear, because Dandy will not do it on his own. So, another thing that's truly amazing about Dandy is not only the fact that he has his original tail, and I'm going to take it off for purposes of this demonstration because this tail itself is extremely rare to find. In my opinion, they designed the tail very poorly due to the fact that there's a tab here that fits into the rear of Dandy's body. And every one I've ever seen has been broken off with the exception of one, and that's my personal Dandy. Well, this one was broken too, but what I did was I was able to weld the tab back onto the tail using a heat process. Now what it did do though, it made a little bit of discoloration here. Nonetheless, the tail is operational. It will fit into Dandy, and the tail will stay on. And like I said, most of the time these tails are missing, or they're broken, or they're in smithereens. So this one does work. And the one other extraordinary thing of a piece that is usually missing is Dandy's battery cover. Dandy will operate without his battery cover, but you have to use tape, and a lot of times the batteries will move around and then they'll lose contact, causing Dandy to stall. So let's see how he works. Like I said, he's going to walk forward. I'll tap him under the chin. He'll walk backwards. And then when I hold him underneath the chin, he'll start to sit down, you'll hear a click, and then he'll start to rear up, and as he comes down from the rearing up position, you'll hear him sort of growl, and then he'll continue walking forward. So let's check him out. You have to wait at least 2 cycles before you change his function. Now he's going backwards. There he goes, he starts to sit. as you can see, he works extremely well. He's extremely clean. I took Dandy totally apart, cleaned him inside and out. I cleaned all of the gunk, the funk, the crud out of the inside of him, lubricated all moving parts, cleaned all electrical connections, and then I also cleaned the entire body, and I got him to have a nice shine. And here you have it, folks, 1963 Irwin Toys, Dandy the Lion. Thank you very much.